fellow agents, Chello bus driver here from Team Resistance. Welcome to part 2 of our 4-part series, Raid Secrets Unmasked. I sincerely hope part 1 was informative and that you have a better understanding now of what makes or breaks a sink shot attempt. We've already had an amazing response so far, and as mentioned before, I'd love to hear of your raid completion times being improved with the help of these videos, so please keep me posted. Time to unmask yet another raid secret, and today it's all about gas. Colorful gas, that is, and how to manipulate it to your advantage at boss number 2 in the Dark Hours raid, Weasel and his cronies. After learning what I'm about to show you today, this could easily become your fastest boss kill of all 4 bosses and will definitely take a huge chunk out of your completion times. Now every team's got their own way of tackling each boss wave, so our intention is not to tell you what to do, but rather to show you some alternative ways that will maybe get you thinking out of the box a bit, or just approaching things from a different perspective. Some squads know all about this already, but upon watching many other videos of pretty decent teams doing the raid, I've noticed that not everybody knows this little trick, or just don't bother trying it. As always, please leave a like if this was helpful and subscribe for more raid secrets videos, and I promise you there's more to come. Let's get right into things. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Now we all know and understand the Weasel saga, don't we? There's orange gas and purple gas, orange giving agents a buff or damage increase, and purple a debuff or damage decrease. The gases run initially on a manual cycle which is controlled by the agents at the switching panel on the belly of that beautiful aircraft. Teams normally switch the panel to balance out the damage dealt to each boss to try to get the first 2, Ricochet and Dizzy, down at around the same time. The game's logic is to spawn Weasel in as soon as one of the initial 2 bosses go down. Where he spawns is dependent on who you killed first. He will always spawn to the opposite side of the first kill, in effect having him drop down in the same area as the remaining boss. That's not too much of a problem, as what teams do is just all run to the other side and try to take the last 2 bosses down from range. That in itself is a good strategy, and it will almost always work, but at a cost, that being time. Precious time is lost because when Weasel spawns, the switching panel is lifted and a new cycle of gas ensues on an auto timer of about 15 seconds, and it's always purple. So for a whole phase, little to no damage can be done on the last 2 bosses. Only after the first cycle of 15 seconds will it auto switch to a buff phase of 15 seconds, and if your players aren't in the right position or are being bugged by random ads or don't have the correct builds, you're not going to be able to take down these bosses before the orange phase is over, resulting in yet another 2 phases before you can drop Weasel. Not ideal when you're trying to improve your times, right? So ready for raid secret number 2? Okay. What if I told you that you could manipulate the game by tricking it to not give you purple gas when Weasel drops? What if I told you that you could go a whole 2 phases without a debuff at all, giving you and your squad literally days to kill Weasel? What if I told you you could take these bosses down in less than 30 seconds with enough practice? Would you believe me? It's true. And if we could do it, then so can you. Now let's unmask this one slowly for you. Let's see it in real time first, and I'll break it down piece by piece for you and your squad.
ISIS.
Hit. 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 SVD. Okay.
Full house.
You can switch.
3, 2, 1, go. Done.
Yes.
That might
Yes,
be
we
the...
did it. We did it again. Hold on.
Did it? Cool.
Yes. Yeah, kill, kill,
So
kill.
I'm getting pumped here. I'm getting pummeled here, and I've got no fucking armor.
Alright, alright, I'm
There we go.
covering
Eyes
you.
off me. Eyes off me. Thank you. Aces. Full house. Full house. Aces. 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 Yeah.
Hey,
Nice.
Okay, now what you witnessed there is a zero gas switch or a cycle skip. I call it the phantom gas phase. When Weasel came out, there was neither purple nor orange gas, which should have been purple, right? With it just being zero gas, everyone was able to do damage immediately to both bosses. It wasn't an orange buff cycle, but it also wasn't a purple debuff cycle. It takes a bit of practice but can be perfected quite easily. Let me break it down. There's always an orange phase at B, and the main objective is to kill Ricochet first. Now here's the secret. Switch the gas at the same time or just before you kill Ricochet. It takes some coordination, but with practice it becomes second nature. The game allows about 2 to 3 seconds after the gas switch to down Ricochet, so the aim is to get him down to his health bar as quickly as possible. We do it this way around as we always have an orange phase on the right side first, side B, which means you can take him down in almost no time at all. Now the cue we use is the sound the switching panel makes when a successful switch occurs. It sounds like this.
At the back.
hit.
At the back.
Okay,
Ready?
we ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Then we know it's time to melt Ricochet. And if you do it correctly, this happens.
Go.
Yeah, he's dead, he's dead.
Nice. Done. He's done.
Yeah, we did it.
Weasel spawns on the opposite side with a phantom gas phase. There's purple gas only on our side, side B, but on the boss's side, where you have to do the damage, there's sweet nothing. Now how awesome is that? Now you will have a standard auto time phase of no gas, which means you can do pretty good damage to the bosses. And if you don't down Dizzy and Weasel in that phase, there's no need to worry, because the next phase is an orange phase where everyone will get an extra buff to melt them. No purple gas whatsoever. So in effect you get 2 full damage phases without any debuff. With the right team coordination and builds, you could easily complete the last 2 bosses during the phantom phase and not even need the orange buff phase to take them down. And this is how you chop a huge chunk of precious seconds off your raid completion times. So here's how we do it. 3 agents on side B, only 2 doing damage, as with the buff there's no need for more damage. We could go with even just 1, but need someone to pull the aggro. Now pre-TU6, Heraz and I ran snipers. Me just a tanky based one to keep the aggro, while he ran a proper 7 wonders style one with insane damage, and between the 2 of us we would get his armor down quickly. Once the armor's off, that's when we communicate to our panel operators that we're ready for the switch. And when we hear the switch happen, that's when we melt, and you'll enter the phantom gas phase with a very high success rate. We've had to adjust it slightly because I'm not complaining, but TU6 has afforded all of us a lot of extra damage. I now run with an Aces crit build with opportunistic on the gloves and just use an SVD to keep from killing him too quickly. Yes, who would have thought that you could struggle with having too much damage? So Heraz has this super sniper build that could obliterate all the armor of Ricochet off in just one shot, but he needs the time to mark on his nemesis and spool up for the shot. All I do as Aces is to try keep opportunistic procced for him and keep the aggro on me so that he's undisturbed when he takes his shot. We then both use SVDs to get him down to health and tell the panel operators Nikos and Wus to switch. Upon switching, we kill. Now during this initial phase of getting his armor off, our other 5 agents on the other side are all running sniper style builds with an aces or 2 in the mix, and are also shooting at Dizzy in the debuff purple phase, trying to get his armor down to next to nothing, but not killing him, as Ricochet has to go down first for this to work. You'll see that they're quite successful in doing this, and have had so much damage at times that they've accidentally taken him down before Ricochet in the purple phase. Now there's at least 2 reasons that this can happen. Number 1, obviously just having everybody with insane damage, good sniper builds with aces in the mix, aces being procced, and you can accidentally do too much damage. And number 2, the gas intensity increases with time. Let me explain. When the purple gas first enters the room, the intensity of the gas isn't as strong as, let's say, 10 seconds later, which means that you can do quite a lot of damage to Dizzy if you start hitting him early on in the purple phase. The effects of a debuff increases over time, so the more damage you can do early on him, the better. That's why we have 5 agents on side A, to ensure that they get Dizzy down to as low a health as possible, but not kill him. So just be careful when running 5 on side A, to do as much damage to Dizzy as possible, but not to take him down first. Then the switch happens, and nobody on side A moves. Heraz runs across to stay out of the purple gas on our side, as his 7 Wonders sniper bolt is not designed to survive the purple phase. And I stay right where I am, and switch to my nemesis to help. With enough practice and coordination, as mentioned before, a squad can take Weasel down in the phantom phase, way before the next orange phase. So there you have it, the phantom gas switch. Yet another raid secret unmasked. Give it a try. Not only will it improve your raid times and team coordination, but it will also just put a huge smile on your face when you get it to work. This was a lengthy breakdown of it for you, but I wanted to explain it in detail to give you a true understanding of firstly why you do it, before expounding on how to do it. In practice, it's actually a very quick maneuver and is over in a matter of seconds. One last thing, switching the gas on kill works all the time on both sides. Let's say we couldn't drop Ricochet in time after the gas was switched. You could try again on the next switch, as long as you kill one of the bosses on the switch. The phantom gas phase will always activate if you can make the switch immediately at or just before you drop one of the bosses. Experiment with it and you'll see what I mean in practice. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. Please leave any questions you have in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer it as soon as humanly possible. Also, let me know if you've managed to get this to work. I'd love to hear stories of your success. That's the reason why we make these videos. Your success is a direct achievement for us as well. So good luck, agents. See you in the next video. Much love from Team Resistance. Chello out.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Hit. Nervous about this. Hit. 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 Oh, SVD in. Change it. Change it.
It's gonna be back.
Quick, quick, quick.
3, 2, 1, go. Do it.
Perfect. Perfect.
I don't think it was too early, was it? Oh no,
No,
I got it.
this
Alright,
is
I'm
spot
gonna
on.
It's good.
I've got to run, I'm gonna die! Alright, I'm gonna stand here. Okay, that's fine. I'm alright here. I just need that.
Come on, wicked.
Face it.